Well, hello there, and welcome to this later morning's challenge. This is going to count for Monday, August 2nd, all right? So this will count as the Monday, August 2nd taste challenge. I just think tomorrow's going to be too thick, and I said, watch if it doesn't work out, because I know I got to do multi Monday at 8 Eastern, and I said, I don't want to be, I don't really want to be doing a whiskey taste challenge and then following it up with a 8% or 8.5%, whatever that is, 8.5, yeah, 8.5 Belgian ale. Things could get tricky. Now, here is a foil cover, black painted foil cover for Paddy. Paddy's triple distilled Irish blended whiskey distillery, founded in 1779. Blend of grain. It's a blend of grain whiskey, barley malt whiskey, and pot still whiskey. Unmalted barley, I think. Cork, Ireland. Cork Distilleries Company. Paddy Flaherty. He was a brand manager for Paddy's. He was a salesman. He got so popular they named the whiskey after the guy. So this whiskey was named after a guy whose nickname was Paddy, Patrick Flaherty, or some people say it was Patrick O'Flaherty. This website has it listed both ways, so maybe they're not sure. And then there's a whole write-up on the back. We're not going to read the essay. There's a drawing of Patrick. Product of Ireland, aged for a minimum of 3 years, and I bet you it's not a day over, according to the Irish Whiskey Act of 1988, so 3 years. Cork Distilleries Company Limited, Middleton County, Cork, Ireland. Middleton Distillery, imported and bottled by Sazerac Company, Louisville, Kentucky. They bought Paddy's brand about 4 years ago. You know, these companies always buying each other's brands. So this was I'm pretty sure it was $17.99 at Total Wine and More. I'm pretty sure that's what I paid, $17.99. I got a beautiful actual cork. It's not rubberized. It's a real cork cap. Well, it's plastic, but it's got cork in it. Forgot to make my tags. I kept thinking, did I forget something? No problem. All right, so there we go. And there. All right, so we'll put this won't take but a moment, because these are going to be similar in color, so why, if I wasn't careful? I mean, if I don't put tags, I'd never be able to tell them apart, and very likely I may not be able to tell them apart with tags. I do not know. Once I finish this, I'm going to start answering comments. I haven't answered comments in the whole 24 hours, so I always keep up with comments. Some reviewers don't act like they care about comments. Like, well, if you comment, I might answer. I might reluctantly answer. All right. Almost ready. Good. Now, the Tullamore D.E.W runs about $26. You might find it for 24, no problem. So Paddy's about 19 normally, and 24 for the Tullamore D.E.W, Daniel E. Williams. Also named after a guy who started working for the company, got so big into the company, he ended up being an owner of the company. So they named it. It wasn't originally called Tullamore D.E.W. It was originally from Tullamore Distillery, but it was something else, and then they named it after him. And 1829, William Grant and Sons, a legendary Irish whiskey. But let me tell you, Walmart had it on closeout. They have a lot of Irish whiskeys at Walmart, and I plan to buy more. But this $26 bottle at Walmart was on sale for 13 bucks. Half price. There was no way I was passing that up. I have had the Tullamore D.E.W, and it is very good for $20. Can't argue with that. And it's really good for 13. And let me tell you. Now, if it's too dark, let me know, and I can open the shade. But I found it was putting too much glare on my face. Craft Beer Tastic says, I do appreciate you taking the time to respond to comments. I quit following a lot of beer reviewers because they couldn't care less about their viewers. In other words, somebody else, guys. I'm not going to name what he wrote. He just wrote somebody. He wrote a beer reviewer's name, guys, who doesn't have time to answer the little people. Yeah, I know. I went through that myself. It's like, hey, blank, this beer is really interesting. I'm so glad I got it. I'm really happy that you got to try it. And the response would be, thanks, cheers, which I interpret as kiss off. I don't have time for you because I'm too big of a big shot. Well, I thought, yeah, I got an idea. I'll never write another comment, which I never did after a few. He only had to brush me off about 3 times, and I was like, I could see where this website's going. It's all about buying T-shirts, guys, and joining my special insider group that you can pay to join and all of that. It ain't about let's all get together and review stuff and have a conversation. But I don't want to be that. I can't be that. I don't want to be that. No one's gonna pay to watch this. You say, well, they got ads. Yeah, well, I mean, that's different. I'm talking about, oh, super secret. You could join and you can get super secret comments. And you can eat breakfast with me if you only pay this much. I'm like, I'm never going to be part of that. I cannot be part of that. I had the Tullamore 12-year a few months back, Ron. Oh, I want to try it. I want to try it, David, but I have the basic 3-year age. Never trust someone trying to sell you something. Yeah, I barely trust people that's not trying to sell me something. Okay, based on experience. BC's Beer Review says, cheers, Ron. Cheers to you. BC's Beer Reviews. Whether it's bottle or can, he's going to review it, y'all. I don't care what it is. He might review a growler. All right. Well, one of these is darker than the other. They both have nice little alcohol legs. One is straw, and one is amber gold. And I can't remember which one is which, but I think this one is the Tullamore. Yeah, D.E.W. T.D.E.W. Tullamore Daniel E. Williams. How long is it aged? No age statement. Is it 3 years? Probably. Is it colored? People are saying, you can't say colored. I mean, is it a whiskey of color? Is it a whiskey of color? Yeah, they probably adding some caramel color into it, darling. What about the Paddies? Yeah, they probably adding caramel color to it, hearts. All right. My prediction. My prediction. I think that the Tullamore D.E.W, the Tullamore Daniel E. Williams has more flavor, more bolder flavor, more more interesting. I meant to say interesting and exciting flavor is what I'm trying to say. The Paddies, it's all right. It's kind of bland, actually. I'm glad I didn't pay too much. It might have been $19. I'm thinking $17.99. You say, well, it's only $1.01 difference. I know, but I like to be accurate. I hope they're accurate about my age. I'm always accurate about my age. All right. So, but I do think the Tullamore is going to win. Tullamore or less. It's going to win Tullamore or less. Tullamore or less. People say, okay, we get it. It's not funny. Why you laughed? Okay. People are saying we weren't laughing with you. We were laughing at you. Hey, but at least you were laughing. La da 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 da. I have some Boulevard 6 glass quad IPA chilling for this evening's enjoyment. Well, that sounds great, but we can't get Boulevard beers down here. All right, it's time to get serious now. Okay, y'all, it's time to get nice. Okay, y'all, it's time to get nice. And remember, be true to yourself and you will never fall. That smells like pizza cooking. What? Oh, wait, I have pizza cooking. All right. But if I can get past that pizza aroma, which I have to admit is smelling very good. Oh, I just get grains. Now, Tullamore D.E.W uses 2 grains only. 2 grains only. Wheat. Wheat. You know, wheat. Very well known grain. And secondly, barley, which they use to make beer and whiskey of various types. They use malted barley for the copper pot still. All right. And they use unmalted barley for the, maybe I'm getting confused. Let me see. Golden grain, that's the column still wheat, column still grain whiskey. Pot still. Yeah, pot still. That's right. Copper pot still. That's the unmalted barley. And then malt whiskey. Barley malt, as you would call it in Scotland, single malt whiskey. So you got 3 types. Which is the best? I've tried lime, mango, and strawberry, and I have watermelon. Oh, you're talking to David E. Williams. I eat a whole pizza on a regular like it's nothing. Like Paulie said, you lied to me right to my face like I was never nothing to you. All right, now got to turn my back on you. You see, this one seemed like it has more bread dough. And if you got bread dough, don't you know you got your single malt barley whiskey. I got links below. You could look it up, but it's like Paddy's, a complex interplay of nutty maltiness, woodland fragrances, and spice with hints of honey and vanilla. It's funny, I didn't pick up all that, but I may be an amateur, too amateurish in my tasting and aroma. The taste is light and crisp, but a distinctly light, nutty, malty, and charred wood character. Finish is a gently fading sweetness with mellow maltiness and mild woody notes. It just won an award this year, 2021 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Won a gold. Well, it ain't winning gold medals because people hate it. I know that much, and it won a gold medal last year. So, yeah, it ain't winning gold because people hate it. And then people will come back and say, but it's in the style. It won gold in the style, Irish whiskey. So, that's a style, ain't it? And then the person will say, well, I don't like that style. And everybody knows it's a bad style. Oh, everybody does know that? Okay. All right. I forgot I was talking to a genius. All right. And Tullamore D.E.W has won many awards. Paddy's is my go-to for making Irish coffee, says David. Sound like a very plausible thing. Now the Tullamore D.E.W is the original triple blend Irish whiskey known the world over for its smooth and gentle complexity. And then they go into this whole essay about how they make it. 3 types of grain. Well, it's really 2 types of grain, the second of which is done 2 ways. But anyway, because it's wheat and then unmalted barley and malted barley. Well, I'm sorry, but malted and unmalted barley is still barley, all right? It's like cheese. You say, well, this cheese, I ate it cold, and that cheese, I grilled it. Yeah, but it still was cheese. Triple cask matured for depth and balance over a period of several years. Several, that means more than 2, meaning, 3. It is aged in traditional refill barrels, ex-bourbon barrels, and ex-sherry barrels. butts, barrel butts. So refill, that's Irish whiskey that they refilled barrels. Ex-bourbon, that's bourbon barrels that they're now using to age Irish whiskey. And ex-sherry butts, that's sherry barrels that they're aging bourbon, Irish whiskey in. All right. Yes, Ron, cheap yet tasteful. Cheap yet tasteful. Hey, well, that's a winner for me. Cheap yet tasteful. Here we go with the taste. Cheers to everyone. Mm. Well, that has a very rich flavor. Don't let people fool you. They'll tell you Irish whiskey is bland. It's bland. It's trash. Don't drink it. Some of it's bland, but it's not trash. And this is very spicy, which is making me think Tullamore D.E.W. because I remember spiciness. A lot of white bread crust. A lot of action, Jackson. I like this thing. This thing has a lot of character. It has a nice medium body and a kind of short finish. And I think I remember Tullamore having a short finish. Hey, baby. It's 26 bucks. Okay, 26 bucks. I got it for 13. I'm not complaining. If Walmart sells it for 13, I'm buying it. I say, ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm passing this up. I don't even know if it's any good. I've heard about Tullamore D.E.W, Tullamore D.E.W. Beyond that, I didn't know anything about it. It was a pretty bottle. I bought it for $13. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Was it worth it? One of the best values I ever got in my life, in my entire life so far. Oh, yeah, yeah. Is that your tough bike? Is that your tough jacket? All right. Well, over here, there's a little spice, like a little bit, but there's a lot of grain alcohol burn, like, oh, grain whiskey. What are they using for their grain whiskey at Paddy's? Middleton Distillery in Cork, Ireland. Cork Distillery. Well, I really don't know. It may be wheat. It could be corn. I was talking about Japanese whiskey one time, and I said, I know they use rice as their filler grain, their grain whiskey. And then somebody was, I like this guy too. We're friends on Facebook and all of that. He does great videos, but he was like, I never heard of them using rice in Japanese whiskey, LOL. I was like, well, they say it on their website. And they had it on the website. We use rice as our grain. Then later on, they changed the website. They, reformatted it, and they didn't say it anymore. I was like, now I can't back it up. It's just my word. I read it. I mean, I remember stuff I read. Well, it's East Asia. What do you think they're using? It's East Asia. What is the most common grain in East Asia? Ding dong, rice. And what difference does it make? They're making a grain spirit, a grain neutral spirit. In the USA and Canada, it's corn. In Europe, maybe it's wheat. They grow a lot of wheat in Europe and all that. It's the same result. It's a grain spirit. It has basically no aroma and no flavor. It's a base. Where's the flavor and aroma coming from? Well, it's coming from the single malt whiskey and the pot still, even if it's unmalted barley whiskey. Okay, that's where the flavor is coming from. It's not a complicated concept. They do it with beer. Mike's Hard Lemonade. One of my viewers was saying, well, they're taking the beer and they're distilling it down almost like a vodka. The flavor is coming from the lemon extract and all of that, lemon pulp and all that. I said, I know they talk about it on their own website. Mike's Hard Lemonade, or might be Mike's Hard or whatever, whatever, it's the same company. They talk about how they do that. They do that with American blended whiskey. Now, American blended whiskey is like the shabbiest of that mix because they're so cheap. You say, well, no wonder it's $7. That stuff is nasty and ghastly and horrible. Right, it's throwaway. It's like junk, But people buy it. You say, well, every batch that Jack Daniels makes doesn't come out nice. I know. You think they're throwing it out? You think they're dumping it? Wrong. Either they're using it as fuel to light those pallets on fire when they're making the charcoal, or they're dumping it and blending it off with grain spirits and making blended whiskey under an alias name, and they all do it. Heaven Hill admits to it. Canadian whiskey, same thing. All right, so enough of that. So it's not that complicated. All right, these are blended whiskeys. Some people won't touch a blended whiskey. Say blended. That's for trash people. That's for low life people. That's for non-cool people. All right, whatever. Whatever you say. I'm like Devo. I'm through being cool. I'm trying to eliminate the ninnies and the twits. Da, 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 da. Anyway, I think that's the Tullamore. If you want to know more, go out the door to the Jersey Shore. All right, sugar. I'm having a sugar attack. I'm disoriented. Where am I? Where do I go? Who do I turn to? Mama, are they gonna drop the bomb? All right. Honestly, though, the ultimate flavor here is kind of bland. Not bad. Nothing bad. Look, if somebody tells you don't buy Paddy's because it's bad, it's not bad. Is it ordinary? Yeah, that's why it's $17.99 in some stores. Is it kind of ho-hum and dull? Yeah, that's why it's $17.99 in some stores. Is it world-class, great, fabulous, and extraordinary? No, those would be the ones that are $379.99 at some stores. Has it won gold medals in various competitions in its class, blended Irish whiskey? Yes, just this very year. Do I like it? Yeah, it's all right. I like it. I mean, I do like it. I don't love it. Would I buy it again? No. Got too many other things to buy. Would I recommend it? I would recommend it with some qualifying statements. Yeah, you could buy it if, and then so on. So here's the Paddy's. I know it's not going to say Tullamore D.E.W. Boy, I sure hope it doesn't say it. Ha, 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 got it right. Which is not exactly remarkable because I think it's just the nature of the game. I think Tullamore D.E.W. has a lot more character. It's just a more exciting product. Now, there's some William Grant products that I don't care for, but not really too many. And some I really love. I think Clan McGregor is a great value. Think about that. You can get that for $9 at some stores. $9. 3-year age. I know it's minimal. 3-year age, blended Scotch whiskey. Okay, I get it. I know that. Tastes pretty dang good, though. It's been on the market since 1934. Why do you think it's been on the market almost 90 years? Because people that just hate it, they buy it and say, oh, I hate it. Can't wait to buy some more. No, I don't think so. You say, well, what about Four Loko? It's on the market. Oh, yeah, well, I was hoping you wouldn't bring up that point. See, I have a strategy. If it's a point that supports what I'm saying, I'll talk about it. If it's a point that hurts my argument, I won't mention it. I know I should run for office, shouldn't I? All right. But all kidding aside, the Tullamore D.E.W. has more savoir-faire, if you want to use that terminology. It's just more exciting and it has more flavor. And that's making me think that the other Tullamore D.E.Ws, the real fancy ones, the ones that cost $40, $50, $60, $160, I'm talking about some big money. Some of these Tullamores is big money. It's time for the kid games to stop when you're dealing with those. Well, I just think they're going to be great. I think they'd be fabulous. I would love to try them, and I intend to try them, and I think I, God willing, will try them. Paddy's is a one-trick pony. That's what they have. Paddy's. And the honey version. There is a honey version. It's a honey-flavored thing. Irish honey. Well, it's a liqueur, so that's not exactly, it is part of their portfolio as an alternative. Some people probably would love that. But Paddy's doesn't make like a, oh, well, there's an 18-year age, there's a 25-year age, there's one age in Caribbean rum barrels, there's one age in mezcal barrels and all of that. I mean, not to my knowledge. Could be, because these companies are tricky, yeah. But I'm sorry, but just like I predicted, Tullamore D.E.W wins this contest. I said it would happen, and it did happen. Now, what's going to happen when Tullamore D.E.W goes up against Duhan's? Duhan's is a strange product. I don't even think it's produced anymore, but I could be wrong. There's certainly no website listing. I paid $10 too much because I paid $19.99, the normal price. The normal price. I turn right around. Here's Walmart selling it for $9. I said if I'd have waited 2 weeks, I could have got it for $9, but I don't know if I'd have been in that store, you know. So I bought it. Okay. There is also a Scotch version from that company, Grand Doc, I think it was called, but I didn't buy it, and it disappeared because Walmart closed it out. They went to like a $9 bottle, and it was gone before you could say Jack Sprat could eat no fat and his wife could eat no lean, but betwixt the two of them, they licked the platter clean. I wasn't there that day. When they put that Grand Doc on $9, it was gone in a snap. Couldn't sell it for the regular price. People wasn't going to buy it for the regular price. But anyway, that Duhan's is from Grand Doc, which I knew nothing about. Now, what's going to happen with Tullamore D.E.W versus Bushmills? Well, I think that's going to be a battle royale. It's going to be a great battle because Bushmills is fabulous. You said that's Northern Ireland. That's the British part of Ireland. That's the British-controlled territory of Ireland. Because, you know, Ireland is a country cut into two pieces. Like Korea, North Korea and South Korea. Just like Dakota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Virginia, and West Virginia. You know what I'm saying. Guyana, and Guyana. Because they had British Guyana, Dutch Guyana, which is now Suriname, and French Guyana. There's three pieces of the same place. Saint Martin and Saint Martin. Two governments, one island. You know, the China and China. The Republic of China on Taiwan, Pescadores, Mitsu and Kinmen Island, and then the mainland communist-controlled People's Republic of China, not controlled by the peoples, but controlled by the gang. But you know what I'm saying? So you get these kind of situations. But I think that it's going to be a battle royale. I think Bushmills White Label, the original, the Bushmills Red Bush, and the Bushmills Black Bush. Oh, by golly, I think that's going to be a huge battle. I couldn't imagine who's going to win because Tullamore D.E.W's got it going on like Jamie's mom. And I think Bushmills, those three versions got it going on like Jamie's mom. So I just think it's going to be a great battle. So anyway, thanks for watching. David Cassidy says, I think I love you. No, he said, he said, I wasn't too thrilled with the Proper 12 brand in regards to price and taste. Well, everybody else I've been reading is just bragging on Proper 12 to the hilt. So I don't know. It's going to be so long before I get the Proper 12. It ain't even going to be proper. Olive Fire says, amen. Amen to either what I was saying or amen to what David was saying. But thank you. All right, well, that was very interesting, and now it's off to lunch. So just like I thought, Tullamore D.E.W, you are the winner. You are the winner. Oh, yeah, you did great. So we'll be back Tuesday morning at dawn for the Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Get ready because it's going to be Tullamore D.E.W versus Duhan's. People say, oh, wow, that's going to be great. Yeah, I know. I feel the same way.